So it's 4:30, but we're gonna do one or two more things. I think I'm going to do a poem about a World War I soldier. It's called Fluerette. And then I'll finish with one more, and we'll call it a day for the 36th annual Arts, Crafts, and Antique Festival here in Bardstown, Kentucky. The teller of this story is Robert Service. Robert Service is often known as the poet of the Yukon, the bard of the North. But Mr. Service was also in the ambulance corps in World War I in France, where his brother, who was a Canadian citizen, was killed some months later. And a lot of people pay respect to veterans nowadays, and I am a military veteran, and I thank those of you that say thank you to us. But somehow I think, especially in the case of disabled veterans, we always don't comprehend what experiences that they go through. And so this, even though this poem was written 110 years ago, I think it speaks to all of us. And this is the kind of story that I like to find the biggest, toughest guys in the show and invite them over to sit down and say, poetry is not about doing the daffodils, guys. It's about real life. And so let's see if I can give this a good rendition. It's called Fleurette, the Wounded Canadian Speaks. Fleurette, incidentally, is a woman's name. And there are a stanza or two of French spoken in this, which merely say, Marcel, Marcel, her brother, I am happy to see you. Fleurette. My leg? It's off at the knee. Do I miss it? Well, some, you see, I've had it since I was born, and lately a devilish corn. I rather chuckle with glee to think how I've fooled that corn. But I'll hobble around all right. It isn't that. It's my face. Oh, I know I'm a hideous sight. Hardly a thing in place. Nurse won't give me a glass. But I see the folks as they pass shudder and turn away in distress. Near enough, I guess. Okay? You bet I'm okay, but I wasn't a while ago. If you'd seen me even today, that donned this picture of woe with this Caliban mug of mine, all ravaged and raw and red, turned to the wall in fine, wishing that I was dead. What has happened since then? Since I lay with my face to the wall, the most despairing of men? Listen, I'll tell you all. That fellow across the way with the shrapnel wound in his head has a sister. She came today to sit a while by his bed. All morning I heard him fret. Oh, when will she come, Fleurette? Then, sudden, a joyous cry, the tripping of little feet, the softest, tenderest sigh, a voice so fresh and sweet, clear as the silver bell, fresh as the morning dews. C'est toi, Marcel, mon frère, comme je suis heureuse. So, over the blanket's rim, I raised my terrible face, and I saw, oh, how I envied him, a girl of such delicate grace, 16, all laughter and love, as spry as a linnet, as tenderly sweet as a dove, half woman, half child, Fleurette. Then I turned to the wall again. I was awfully blue, you see, and I thought, with a bitter pain, such visions are not for me. So there like a log I lay, all hidden, I thought, from view, when sudden I heard her say, Ah, who is that Malheureux? Then briefly I heard him tell how ever he came to know how I'd smothered a bomb that fell into the trenches so none of my men were hit, though it busted me up a bit. Well, I didn't quiver an eye, and he chattered, and there she sat, and I fancied I heard her sigh, but I wouldn't just swear to that. And maybe she wasn't so bright, though she talked in a merry strain, and I closed my eyes ever so tight, yet I saw her ever so plain. Her dear little tilted nose, her delicate dimpled chin, her mouth like a budding rose, and the glistening pearls therein, her eyes like the violet, such a rare little queen, Fluerette. And at last, when she rose to go, the light was a little dim, and I ventured to peep, and so I saw her graceful and slim, and she kissed him, and oh, how I envied and envied him. So when she was gone, I said in rather a dreary voice to him of the opposite bed, "Ah, friend, how you must rejoice! But me, I'm a thing of dread. For me, never more the bliss, the thrill of a woman's kiss." Then I stopped, for lo, she was there, and a great light shone in her eyes. And me, I could only stare. I was taken so by surprise when gently she bent her head. "May I kiss you, Sergeant?" she said. And she kissed my burning lips with her mouth like a scented flower, and I thrilled to the fingertips, and I hadn't even the power to say, "God bless you, dear." And I felt such a precious tear fall on my withered cheek, and darn it, I couldn't speak. And so she went sadly away, and I knew that my eyes were wet. Ah, not to my dying day will I forget. Can you wonder now I'm okay? God bless her, that little Fleurette. Fleurette, ladies and gentlemen, by Robert W. Service, 1916. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate your attention. Thank you very much. I am the Live Bard. Hope to see you again sometime. If you want a card, look at my site and watch some poems. You're welcome to do that. I've got those right up here. Thank you, Bardstown, Kentucky. Appreciate it.